Okay. Welcome, everybody, to our Health and Hope Night of January 21st, 2019. New year, and just fresh new year for us all to be focusing on our health and just striving for just a better you and a better, myself as well. So anyway, my name is Laura Sigworth, and I am a certified health coach with Optavia. I've been doing this for over 6 years, and I lost 50 pounds myself back in 2011, and my life has never been the same since. So I have the pleasure tonight to be able to share what it is that we do as coaches, and just different stories of health, different stories of transformation, just to help inspire you to what's actually possible with your own health and your own life. I've also had the pleasure of helping over 3,000 people these last 6 years, and it's been so awesome. And just be able to have you guys on tonight and just be a part of that. So what we're going to do is get this started with just sharing what it is we do. Okay, so people always ask, well, you're a health coach, what do you do? Basically what we do is just change people's lives. Okay, that's the short term of it, and we help them with their optimal well-being. Okay, so when I say that, what I mean is our mission is to help people with healthy body, healthy mind, and healthy finances. Okay, so the best way to think of that is to think of your life as a tricycle. There's 3 tires that carry a tricycle, and healthy body, when I talk about that, I mean just physical things like being at a healthy weight, being able to sleep well, exercising, drinking your water, eating correct, just fueling your body correctly, being off medications, ridding yourself of any sickness, those type of things. That's your physical being. And then you have your healthy mind, which is more of depression, anxiety, stress, fulfillment, happiness. A lot of people are just walking around miserable with themselves. And then we have healthy finances, which that's a wide range, but, I've helped people that are strapped, living paycheck to paycheck. They're barely making it. Or you've got a lot of people out there just striving to be debt free, just having that financial freedom, or just having a life of abundance where you can give back to your community. Maybe there's things that you're wanting to do with your life. So that's a wide range, but those are the 3 big areas of your life. And so if you were to knock off one of those wheels, well, then that tricycle's out of whack. And so, then your life can be, it can be just out of whack and not being balanced. And some people have 2 tires that are off their tricycle, So as coaches, we have people come to us for different reasons. I'd say 75% of it has to do with either weight loss or just physically feeling awesome. And if you think about it, it's crazy how when you're physically feeling good, how that tends to blend into those other areas. And I know it did for me when I had started my journey back in the day. So anyway, so that's our role. So if you're like, what do you do as a coach? That's what we do, is we help with that mission. Okay. So if someone comes to me and they're like, all right, change my life, give it to me. I need a makeover. Okay. Our program and what makes us different is there's 4 components to it. Okay. So you have a health coach. We have our habits of health system, which is the education. We have our community, and then we have a fueling plan. Okay. So what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to break up those 4 components. I'm going to give you more details about them. And then we're also going to share some transformation stories of how these components have made a difference in their life. Okay. So the power of a coach. So when I started my journey back in the day, I needed that. I needed somebody. I needed accountability. I needed basically a new best friend. And it's just nice. It's nice to be able to have that, to have your own cheerleader, to actually have someone that really cares about your goals. I mean, if you really think about it, how often do we sit down, besides maybe a loved one or a spouse, how often do we really sit down and just lay it all out for someone, and someone genuinely cares about every aspect of our life? You don't get that a lot. And so it feels nice to have that health coach there that says, okay, let's do this. I'm here with you the whole way. So having that accountability is nice. We're here for the struggles. We're here for the wins and the successes, to celebrate the victories. But I say even more for the struggles, because we're human. We all need that extra push, and to keep going. And I know I needed that. I was my own sabotager. I was a classic Monday dieter. If I fell off Monday night, well, I didn't get back up till the next Monday, and I would just keep going and keep going. But having my coach and knowing someone was going to be checking in on me, it kept me going. And once you have a health coach with this, we're your health coach for life. Okay, no matter where you are with your journey, whether it's weight loss or fitness or just working on bettering your life and your finances, whatever, we're here the whole time. So I first want to start off tonight by introducing a wonderful woman who has been blessed and has gone through a wonderful transformation with her coach, Carla Lubert. Rhonda is going to come on tonight and share a transformation that she has started this past year, and also like what coaching has done for her and how it's really made a difference for her. So, Rhonda, are you on with us? Oh, let me unmute you, girl. Okay, there you go. There you go.
When I first started the program back in September, I weighed 268 pounds. Since then, I have lost 50 pounds. When I first started the program, it was difficult to get off the floor and back up. I couldn't sit down on the floor and play with the grandkids and get back up once we were done playing. Even walking around the block was a struggle, panting for dear life. My BMI was at 42, pre-diabetic. The test came back from the doctor that I had fatty tissue on my liver. None of these were good things. I just decided that I was going to have to do something different with my life. And I kept seeing different posts that Carla Lubert would put out there about, the changes that she was going through. And now she was riding a bicycle and different things like that. And I seen the transformation from another coach, which was absolutely amazing. She had lost 100 pounds, Carla 72 pounds. And I was like, I got to do something with my life. What are you doing? And that's when I first reached out to Carla and spoke to her. Since then, in losing the 50 pounds, I have a tremendous amount of energy. You start getting that level of energy really quick with the program once you get started. And it stays with you. I know at Christmas time, I had the whole family here. So I had 28 people here that we cooked and prepared for, and it came in and stayed the rest of the day and through the evening. And at 10:30 that night, I was taking down the Christmas tree and everything. And my daughter came in, she says, "What are you, the Energizer Bunny?" So I really felt good. My grandson seeing a picture of me posted that was posted on this for this article and everything that was on Facebook, and he said to his mama, he said, "Wow, that's Nana," and he said, "I love my squishy Nana, but man, she's looking good." And he's 9 years old. So those three kiddos mean the world to me, and to be able to do more with them, being 58 and knowing that I'm going to retire in a few years and be able to travel and do more things with my husband, and be able to be active in doing that means the world to me. And so that's my goal, and that's where I'm headed. And I couldn't do it without the support of my coach. She has been there, the week when you don't lose anything, you know, and you're like, okay, but, you know, I didn't do anything different, you know. And it's very supportive. It happens, you know, there's weeks where you don't lose anything, but then the next week, boom, I lost 4 pounds, you know, so it's just like it just had to kick back into gear. So don't get discouraged if that happens to you, because it happened to me too. So, you know, I feel more confident in what I'm doing because of the extra energy that I have and the progress that I've made. And you just build that self-confidence with being on the program.
Awesome. I love it, Rhonda. You're amazing. I love what your grandbabies are saying. Doesn't that feel good that it's reflected? You're glowing, they're noticing, and my boys are the same way. So I definitely understand how you feel. And Carla, your health coach, is incredible. And like I said, it's just nice to know, like, we all have those struggles, but it's nice to be able to reach out to somebody. And, you know, based on what you said too about the scale is the only one factor out of this whole thing. Like I always tell people, I'm like, that is one tool. You've got your clothes, you've got a measuring tape, you have how you feel, how the healthy habits, the new actions that you're doing. That's what it's all about. So
most definitely.
Yeah.
My BMIs went from 42 to 34.
Hey.
I went from a 22 to a verge of a 24 size pair of pants. The first pair of pants, the pair of jeans that I wore the day I did the sugar shot was a size 24. And I'm now buying size 16 women's.
Wow. You're a vibrant woman. And I can tell just by seeing you on here. Well, congratulations. And this is just the beginning too. Think about that.
It is. I've stretched out my goal. So I started with one goal and I've made another one. So I'm just going to keep on going.
Yep. You just keep on going. Well, very, very good. Well, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story tonight. I appreciate that. And so did everybody else. Okay. So moving on. So our next component is education, and we call it the habits of health system. Okay. So when it comes to this, what happens is when you start the program and you start your journey, you're going to get a book, and you're also going to get an awesome little journal or a little booklet. Okay. And what that does is that allows us as the coach to help educate you. So yes, you know, we'll work with you. We'll get you set up on a healthy meal plan, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit. But what happens is when you're working on changing your lifestyle, not dieting, but when you're working on changing your lifestyle, you have to change this up here. Okay. Which honestly is the hardest part of the whole thing. I mean, you can't think of how old you are. So I'm 33. I think I'm 33. I always forget. I'm 33. And so when I think about that, I have 33 years of habits under my belt. And so think of your age and how many years of habits you have on your belt. You're not just going to wake up the next day, snap your fingers, and be a whole new person. It just doesn't work like that. That's why a lot of the diets and things out there they fail because like you're forcing yourself to do something that that's probably not fun, and it's just not going to sustain itself. So what we do with this is each week we walk you through, we're using this book, we're using your journal, and we're walking you through all your healthy habits. So we're working on eating healthy, your hydration, we're working on a better night's sleep, less stress. Some things are emotional eating. This week we're talking about discipline. So each week it's something different, okay? So as a coach, we send you homework each week. It's about 30 minutes. Do a little reading. A lot of things these days are very visual, so we may send you a video. We have homework on podcasts. I mean, there's just different options, but what it's doing is it's helping work your mindset. So I'm going to have my next guest, Dan, come on, and he is a champ, and he has had an awesome transformation. He's been working on it for a while, and he's going to tell you a little bit about his story and what he's been working on, and just the difference in how actually educating yourself and working on your habits has really started to help him come quite a ways. Dan, I unmuted you, so you should be good to go.
That's a scary thought. My story started out, this summer I wanted to lose some weight. So I thought, okay, I'm going to do the typical, do my diet. I'll cut back on what I'm eating, blah, blah, blah. Everybody knows that story. Mm-hmm. Well, it wasn't working for me. And as some people have probably read, I ran into Laura's husband taking care of a water softener for them. And he told me I should talk with her. And so I did. So, the first 6 months I lost maybe 10 pounds. Well, since I started with Laura, I lost 20 pounds really quick. And that was I started right after Thanksgiving. So I had all the Christmas holidays and all those things to go through. And those were tough things for me because I'm not an alcoholic, don't get me wrong, but I enjoy a good glass of scotch and sometimes a couple glasses of scotch. And Laura kind of taught me about what that alcohol is doing and how it stops the fat burn. And I know if I have a couple glasses of scotch when some people are coming over or whatever, I know for 3 days I'm probably going to gain a little bit the next day, and it's going to take me 3 days to get back to where I was. So Laura helped educate me on what that's going to do. And also the books and things teach you that, it's 80% in your head and 20% of your mechanics. So that's the biggest thing. I finally had to do it because of my health also. And it's a great plan. That's the biggest thing, being in sales all of my life. If you don't have a plan, you're not going to succeed. Mm-hmm. And this plan really helps you. It's a good plan to follow and a very easy, and you're not starving yourself. So, the importance of drinking a lot of water. I was really bad at drinking water. I thought I drank a lot of water. I never really did. So, those are the things it's really helped me. Now I don't have any leg swelling. I've got lower blood pressure. My kidney function was half of what an 18-year-old's kidney function was. Just had a blood test. It's great. It's normal. So, things are good for me.
Yes, very good. Well, congratulations. And that's what it's all about. It's about your health when it comes down to it. And I've enjoyed watching you grow and learn, along the weeks, and you're really doing good and just being mindful of things, and just all we can do is be better than we were yesterday. It's just one step at a time, and you're doing great. So thank you so much for coming on and sharing tonight. I appreciate it.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. All right. So as we move on, we are going to talk about community next, which is honestly, it's my favorite part of this whole thing. I feel like community is the glue that holds us all together, and you're kind of getting a taste of it tonight with all of us. I mean, we're all took time out tonight to watch this together or to be on this together, and so it's meaningful. And when it comes to community, it's just nice to have that friendship. And when people ask, like, well, what's it like? Or I say, honestly, we're just a big group of people. We're all regular people, and we're all just trying to do life together, and we're all just trying to better ourselves. That's really all it is. We're all just trying to be healthier. We're all trying to be happier. We're all just trying to be top notch, and that's really all it comes down to. So, and what's cool about our community is we're all over the place. So I'm here at Jefferson City, Missouri. But I do have the pleasure of coaching people all over the country. So we've got clients out in Alaska. I've got some in Hawaii. I have some on the East Coast in New York, and it's cool. So you'll see people all over the place, and different stories too, which is cool. People with different occupations. I mean, some people are nurses and doctors and teachers, or stay-at-home moms, or all over the board when it comes to that too. And that's what's cool about this plan and this program, is that it works with anybody in any situation. And as a coach, we help lay that out for you. There's different ages, and that's what's cool, from teenagers to I had one client who was 69 and she rocked it. So what we do to create that community is we have a secret Facebook page. that, you know, we throw everyone on there so that they can be with one another, whether it's healthy recipes, whether it's tips, different things like tonight that we share. I do, here in the Jefferson City community, I do some things where we get together in person, whether it's have dinner together or go to a cooking class or exercise. You know, we did like a nature walk this past summer, which was nice, and just different things. And then we have weekly huddles, which is similar to this, where we have them online every Thursday night, 8 o'clock. We all meet in here and we talk about a topic. So it may be emotional eating one week. It may be stress. It may be, recently we knocked out the holidays. It's always different. But this week we're talking about discipline, how to better be disciplined. And so it's nice to do something together. It's nice to be in it with others and like-minded folks. So I cannot stress that enough. Tap into it, soak it in, enjoy it. And it makes a world of a difference. And I've never seen anything like it. So anyway, so now my next guest, we're going to talk about community and what it's done for her. But my friend Cindy Gorman, she is such a sweetheart. And I had the pleasure of meeting her through Facebook last year. And she's had a wonderful transformation that she's going to share tonight. And I know community, like I said, has been a huge part for her because, well, she's such a hoot and everybody loves her. Everybody loves Cindy. So, all right, Cindy, I have you unmuted, I believe. Okay, you're ready to go.
Okay.
Awesome.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Awesome. Hi, everybody. Cindy Gorman, like Laura said, and I started my journey last February. I was feeling at my lowest and had a new grandbaby. And like Rhonda said, I couldn't get on the floor and play with her. And I was like, what am I doing with my life? And I had seen a picture of Laura online and reached out to her because she was talking about how she was a health coach and about nutrition and about better finances. And I'm like, let me just give her a holler and see what this is all about. And never say never, because here I am 11 months later. And if anyone was to tell me that I would be 134 pounds lighter than I was at this time last year, I would have said, get out of here. But like many of you out there, I had tried every single diet there is under the sun. I struggle with a high blood pressure, diabetes. I had been a diabetic and had to give myself insulin for over 12 years, twice a day. And just in a matter of 4 weeks on the program, I was off of all of my insulin to this day. I don't have to give myself shots anymore. My doctors congratulate me when I come into their office every time. They can't wait to see an update. Cut my blood pressure medicine in half. Some other victories for me since getting on program. I used to have a seatbelt extender in my car just to drive around. I don't have to have that anymore. Now going on more family vacations, not worrying about having to fit on a plane. I've joined my husband's band. I have gone on other trips where I've gone tubing on the water and just experiencing new things that, you know, I never thought would be possible, kind of putting myself out there. And some more exciting news. Like I said, I wanted to, my reason for getting on this program, my why, was because of my granddaughter. And we just found out that we are going to have another grandbaby. So all the more reason to keep going, plugging away. Was every day a breeze and a walk in the park? No, but that's what I leaned on my coach. And Laura had been wonderful trying to get me through some difficult times with suggestions and giving me some homework to do to try and help me with the areas that I was struggling in. And the great thing about this program was once I had gotten started, a lot of people were asking me, what are you doing? And Laura said to me, you know, Cindy, I think you should be doing this. You should coach. And I thought, heck no, someone's going to look at me and think, health coach? Are you crazy? And she told me all the more reason to do it, because you're approachable and they see that you're going through it and they want to go through that journey with you. And I have made so many incredible friends. Not only have I gotten healthy, but have lasting relationships and just enjoying life. And I can't wait to see what the rest of the future holds for me. So thanks for listening.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
One of her big goals whenever I had spoken to her the first time was to be able to travel to Disney and to be able to walk around the park. And first off, to be able to fly down there without having to book two flight tickets. And then be able
which I had done in the past.
Yes, it's so good.
And I didn't have to rent one of those little scooters. This past time, I was able to walk around the entire park, and it was another non-scale victory for me, which I really loved.
That's so awesome. And see, that's what it's all about too. You know, besides your health, like just those little things, like the little non-scale victories that make all the difference, because all those little things add up to be big wins. And, like the seatbelt extender and being able not having to ride that scooter at Disney. I mean, those are just way beyond the stupid scale. Those are big things that all add up. So congratulations, and congratulations on your upcoming second grandbaby. And going from 1 to 2, you're going to need like all the energy you can have. So,
yeah. I want to be the
ready.
Grandma. Mm-hmm.
Yes,
exactly.
You'll be ready. Well, thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate it. You're such an inspiration, and I love you so much. Okay.
Me too.
So our last component is our fueling plan. Okay. Fueling, not feeling. Sometimes it sounds like I say feeling. Fueling. So what I'm saying is that what we teach as coaches is to fuel your body. So the diet mindset and the word diet, just kick it to the curb. Okay. Just once you get that out of your mind, it will change everything. It will change the difference in how you look at food. Food is what is fuel for our bodies, okay? It needs nourishment. Our bodies all need to be taken care of. Just like when you water a plant, it needs water. So the way our bodies work is we all have a metabolism. It's like a little engine in our body, and it runs very similar to a car. A car does not run unless there's fuel in the tank. Well, our metabolism does not run unless there's fuel in its tank, and it runs out about every 3 hours, okay? So what that looks like is fueling every 3 hours, and so that comes out to be about 6 meals a day. So when I said that, when I found that out back in the day, that I was like, well, yeah, like who doesn't want to eat all day? That's awesome. But then at the same time, it overwhelmed me because of how our society is today. I was so crazy busy. I mean, I could barely figure out what I was eating for dinner every night. That's what led to me eating takeout or grabbing a pizza or grabbing Chinese takeout or whatever. So it overwhelmed me because I was just like, oh, man. And I had tried everything. Let me tell you. I mean, between counting my points or going to the store and getting protein shakes or protein bars, using my little fitness pal, using my calorie calculator. I mean, I tried everything. I hadn't even tried meal prepping. And what would happen is I would meal prep all this food, and then I wouldn't even feel like eating when I meal prep. So then I'd end up grabbing takeout. So I was a hot mess. And when I talk with people every day, they're going through the same struggles in the same situation. So what we do as coaches is we will lay out a meal plan depending on their story. So whether or not, and we do a health assessment. So when we visit with you and you're like, hey, I want to learn more about this, then what we do is we set up a 30-minute call, okay, and we go through a health assessment. Here, I've got one sitting right here. And I don't know if you can see that. But basically what we do is ask several questions, like what are your health goals? You heard a lot of people, a lot of our guests tonight talking about medications they were on, or different things they were struggling with their health, what their days are like. So we go through all of that. What are your goals? And then what's a typical day like in your life? What's your occupation? Are you sitting at a desk all day? Are you up on your feet all day? Are you working night shift? Like, how many kids do you have? Are you married? Are you single? What's a typical, what's your schedule like? All of those things matter, okay? So as a coach, once we soak in all of that and hear your story, then we're like, okay, I've got a good plan for you, because we have so many different meal plans in our pocket that will pull one out that we think would work best for you, depending, based on your story. So, but our goal is to get you fueling 6 times a day, okay? And what we do is we help give you structure for that. And so what that looks like is we may provide you some healthy groceries. We have different plans that they just show up on your doorstep, which is awesome. And honestly, that's just how today is ending up, between, you've got HelloFresh and all kinds of different things out there. I mean, you can get toilet paper off Amazon too. I mean, you can almost just get everything online these days, even online grocery shopping. So that's what we do, is we lay it out for you. We can provide you some of your healthy groceries so that you're, eating a good structured plan. And it works. I did a structured plan myself. I just had my coach. I was just in that situation where I said, you know what, just lay it out for me. I'm tired of spinning my wheels. I'm tired of starting over every Monday. Lay it out for me. And I did what was called our 5-in-1 plan. I had 5 healthy fuelings provided to me by my coach. And then I was in charge of cooking or going out to eat for 1 meal a day with lean protein and greens. You'll see a lot of us posting like lean and green style and all that. That's what that means. So I got to start cooking awesome recipes. I started going out to eat with my husband and learning how to eat healthier Mexican or healthier Italian or Chinese. And it was the easiest thing I had ever done because of the structure of it. And I needed that. I personally lost 40 pounds in 3 months. That was without exercise, I might add, just because of my schedule. But like Dan said earlier, it's 80% nutrition and 20%, of activity. Okay. And he said it in a different format, but that 80-20 role play, it goes with everything. So it is 80% of your nutrition, 20% exercise. And I cringe when I hear people like, oh, I'm just going to get a gym membership, or, oh, I'm just going to go start exercising. And that's awesome. Don't get me wrong. It's a healthy habit. But when it comes to like really losing fat and trying to knock off some extra weight, it's 80% your nutrition. You fuel your body right. That metabolism is going to turn into this like crazy wildfire. And it's just going to knock away all that extra fat that is on your body. Okay. Going more into that for a second, like when it comes to, a lot of people are like, well, I'll just eat this, or I'll just start eating every 3 hours. Well, it can't be just anything. It's got to be the right fuel. Like you're not going to go put diesel in a minivan. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with your metabolism. So we talk about low glycemic. Basically what that is this food that's going to level out your blood sugars. It's going to decrease your hunger and increase your energy. But to eat low glycemic can kind of be tough because it's only certain vegetables, it's only certain fruits and whole grains and so forth. So it can kind of be tough. So what's happening is a lot of people out there, a lot of them are eating 2 to 3 meals. They're trying to eat healthier, carrot sticks, this and that. And when they do eat, it's not the right fuel. So your metabolism sees that. And it's like, I think you're trying to feed me right or something, but it's not the right time. So I'm going to go put you over in your stomach, or I'm going to go put you over in your butt, or, and then it just turns into fat. Okay. And fat stores on the body. So anyway, it can get complicated. So what we do as the coaches, we're like, you know what, let's just give you some structure. Let's just blast away your extra fluff if you've got it. And that's your desire. And as you can see on this slide, I put temporary. And yes, it is. So what we do is we set up the structure meal plan. It's just temporary. And think of it as your training wheels. Like you want to get rid of the extra fat. You just want to get a healthy body. You want to get off medications. Let us help you do that. But then once you get to that point, you're like, okay, my body feels amazing. Then what we want to do is we want to take you off the training wheels. We want to take you off take the training wheels off. And we want to eventually teach you how to fuel your body on your own, okay, without that crutch. Like I said, once we're your coach for life. But as far as the meal plan part of it, that's just temporary. That's just there to help you get to where you need to be. And then we'll eventually teach you. So anyway, it's pretty cool. Like I said, it all depends on your story and what you desire. And then we lay it out for you, okay? So our next guest and our final guest is Paula. She is so sweet. She's a hairstylist. And so what I'm going to have her do is teach. I mean, her life is crazy and her days are crazy because she's with people all day long, all the time. But she was able to use the convenience of the fueling plan to be able to help her hit an awesome goal. So, Paula, if you would mind coming off, I'm going to unmute you, okay? All right.
Okay.
There you go, girl.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, I have a very tough job sometimes because I don't have time to stop and have lunch. I don't get a lunch hour. I get 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So the fuelings have really changed my life because I would have sugar lows and I'd run back to the back room and I'd eat some Ritz crackers or whatever. But before this program, I had terrible pain in my joints. I had hot flashes. I had sugar lows. I had fatigue. And I am a new person. I tell people that I probably haven't felt as good as I do now in 25 years, because that's my oldest son's age. And I cannot say enough good things about the program. It's amazing. With my coaches that I've had, Shanna's been a rock, and so have you, Laura. So I could go on national television instead of Weight Watchers. I'd say, this is it. Quit trying everything else, because I've tried everything else and this is the only thing that works. So I'm so happy that it came into my life. And I've learned, actually, my thing I tell people is I've lived to eat now. I don't eat to live.
Correct.
So, and that is my motto.
Very
so
good.
That's my story.
I love it so much. And you're exactly right. Like so much in our society is based on food. Like I was even thinking about it last night, so the football game, the Kansas City Chiefs are playing. And I even told my husband, I said, think about how all the people out there that are just using this game as another excuse to just stuff their face, drink like crazy. And they're probably all woke up today feeling absolutely miserable. Like they just used it as a reason, but it doesn't have to be that way. I mean, you can still, and I made lean and green appetizers last night, and they were the bomb. And my husband enjoyed them. And it's just what I love so much about this program is that we learn how to eat good food and how to fuel our bodies right. And let's be honest, we all love good food, okay? Everybody does. That's what got most of us to where we were. But with this, you're learning to continue to love good food, just in a different way. Yes. We had some chicken last night and chopped salad and taco meatballs, and they were just made a little different than what they used to be. And that's the only difference. And it feels good to be able to enjoy good food like that and feel top notch. So what happens, everybody, is that, I went through the 4 components. You have your coach, you have education, community, and the meal plan. But what happens is all 4 of these come together as kind of like a package deal, when it comes to a real makeover. Now, that's why I call it a makeover, because I'm like, you are going to physically change, but you're also going to mentally change too. So that the hope is that by the end of it, and your journey isn't really ever ending, but when you come to this point, the hope is that you're becoming a different person. But it all happens naturally. And I love, several of my clients are on here, and even Dan, like listening to him talk each week, like I love hearing how people are making different choices, but they're starting to do it naturally. Like you're not like forcing yourself. Like I said earlier about the diet, like when you diet, you're like forcing yourself to like be this different person that it's just miserable. When you're miserable like that, it's not going to last. So all these components come in play, and that's what makes our program so much different than other things like out there. You have that coach cheering you on, you're educating your mind, you have a fun community you're tapping into, and you have this awesome nutrition plan that's good. And so it makes a big difference. And so with that, I want to end with this quote tonight. And I love this because this is what happened to me. Actually, I just woke up one day and decided I didn't want to feel like that anymore or ever again, so I changed. Just like that. And that's really all it takes. And I posted this today. It's Monday. It's a new week. So today is a perfect day to decide that, you know what? I think I'm going to lead a different life, and I'm just going to change. I'm going to change just like that. I'm going to reach out to the coach that invited me, and I'm just going to change my life. And it can happen that easily with just one decision and one yes. And I'm so glad I said yes back in 2011, because if I wouldn't have said yes, then none of you guys would be here today. So it's a blessing. So thank you so much to everybody that came on. Special thank you to our guests that took time out tonight to share your transformation. Like I said, reach out to who invited you on. Thanks again. Have a wonderful week. And I will talk to you guys later. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.